Good afternoon everyone and welcome to the Year 13 Leavers celebration. Thank you for joining us virtually this afternoon through your iPhones, your laptops, your computers at home. We are devastated not to have you in front of us today, but obviously COVID's won again. Although a number of our members of staff got a little treat yesterday afternoon when they managed to get a Ben & Jerry's ice cream that we had supplied for you this afternoon. So unfortunately you can't take advantage of that. Despite COVID and despite what's happened in these last 2 years to you, you have been a fantastic year group. The determination, the hard work, the resilience that you have shown to get through the most difficult 2 years of your lives, including ours as well in terms of teachers, has been commendable. It's been absolutely amazing. We would like to thank you for allowing us to be part of that 2-year journey, and we hope that we've given you the skills to move on to the next journey in your life. I don't want to say too much because I know Vic's got a lot to say a little bit later on, and I don't want to steal some of her words. The final thing from myself on this is that we do this job for students like you. So please, please, please stay in touch, work hard, play hard, work hard, and you will be a success in your life. So there is just a slideshow of sort of memories of messages from your teachers and tutors that we're just going to go through now before we move on to some awards.
Too many days in the darkness without a glimpse of the light. Running tired and broken and scared, but I swear I'll never give up the fight. I see you broken and beat, head pulled down over your eyes. Every part of you wants to surrender, but darling, you were meant to survive. With every star, we are born again. Open your heart, spend less time in your head. With every
Some lovely, some funny, some thoughtful, some emotional messages there from the teachers and tutors who supported you and got you through the last 2 years of your life. So moving on to the next stage of this afternoon, it's the subject awards. So those students who've shown effort and outstanding effort in all the different subjects. These students who are going to receive a certificate and a small voucher in the post over the next week or so. Hopefully we'll get it to you by the end of this week, but it might be early next week. I'm just going to bring Vicky in at this point because myself and Vicky are just going to read through about 8 to 10 students at a time so that we're not just doing it, I'm not just doing it all myself.
Thanks, Neil. Afternoon, everybody. So first of all, for outstanding effort, in accounting, Mia Wheeler. In art and design, fine art, Maisie Jefferson. Graphics, Neve Falkingham. Photography, Mackenzie Hall. And textiles, Harry Waddington. In biology, Josh Dawson. In business studies, Charlotte Clark. Chemistry, Harry Dobson. Computer science, Spencer Hall. Dance, Amelia Keenan. Drama and theatre, Hannah Elliott. Well done.
In economics, Kelsey Grant. English language, Isabel Clark. English language and literature, Robin Wickham. English literature, Elizabeth Merrilees. Film studies, Jamie Goodlad. French, Emma Duffy. Further maths, Sam Kelly. Geography, Elise Brown. Geology, Elizabeth Wilkinson. History, Shannon Gilbertson. And law, Gracie Snell. Well done.
In maths, Harry Dobson. Media studies, Megan Guest. Music, Luke Henson Baines. PE, Kira Bennett. Physics, Jacob Binns. Politics, Daniel Wilton. Psychology, Chelsea Paul. Religious Studies, Daisy Young. Sociology, Chelsea Paul. And Spanish, Lydia Clark. Brilliant, well done.
Art and design, Thomas Clark. Art and design graphics design, Natalia Siluk. Art and design photography, Casey Bevan. Art and design textiles, Alana Cunningham. Business, Esme Hornch. Computer science, Kaysen Davey. Creative media production games design, Milanos Kalinauskas. Creative media production TV and film, Samantha Morris. And health and social care, Amila Ahmed. Well done.
Me again. In subsidiary diploma IT, Brooke Javens. Applied law, Oliver Burke. Music, Max Crompton. Music tech, Nathan Smith. Performing arts drama, Alicia Hobson. Dance, Ellie Webster. Applied science, Jersey Kitchen. And in sport, Tia Harewood. Well done, everybody.
For the diplomas, business, Luca Zamuto. Health and social care, Casey Marie Harrison. Cash, childcare and education, Melissa Dutton. WJEC, applied criminology, Daniel Wilton.
And for the extended diploma qualifications, in art and design, Jessica Pycroft. In business, Pave Kaur. In games design, Ella Greensmith. In health and social care, Holly Toft. In IT, Alex Harmon. Public services, Molly Fisher. And in sport, Brandon Worsley. Well done.
So that's all the subject awards. So moving on to the next step, it's the Enrichment and Cedar Awards. So the enrichment for music, the award goes to Rosie Clark. Enrichment award for performing arts goes to Jack Croft. The enrichment award for sport goes to Faye Sherrington. The Enrichment Award for Work Experience, Theo Biddle. The Enrichment Award for Extended Projects goes to Elizabeth Merrilees. The Enrichment Award for Employability goes to Nicole Metcalf. The Enrichment Award for Sports Leaders goes to Millie Halliday. And I think this is the last one. The Enrichment Award for Most Cedar Commendations throughout the 2 years goes to Jacob Binns. Excellent. Well done, everybody. Moving on to the big one. Vicky?
Okay, so I want to say a few words about the Student of the Year without, if I'm really careful, revealing who they are. And then Neil's going to come back in and add to my words and do the big reveal. So I think I'm right in saying that right from the very start of this person's time here at the college, they were noticed, and they were noticed for all the right reasons, literally from the first day. They have been the first to volunteer for everything. They've been successful, but also they've really contributed and helped and gone beyond what's useful for them and helped us to move the college forward, even then when there's no personal benefit. And I think that's a really good mantra for life. For me, this person was a definite Student of the Year, and I'm not sure it's ever been as easy to decide. So before I give the game away, I'm going to ask Neil to come and reveal the winner.
Thank you very much, Vic. Yeah, it's quite interesting. We always get a lot of people put forward for this Student of the Year, and it is always challenging, but this person sort of has stood out, like Vic said, probably from before he started here at interview. He was sort of very communicative with his interviewer and senior leadership team. He's somebody that over the 2 years, when I've passed at college, he's always put a smile on my face, made me smile. He's always stopped to have a polite conversation about sort of anything that's going on, about what's happening in his life, what's happening in college. So again, it was something that we all agreed was sort of for once quite an easy one to pick this single person out. So the winner of the 2021 Student of the Year is Harry Wilmot. Excellent. Well done, Harry. We've just asked a couple of your teachers just to say a little bit more about you and why we think you should get the Student of the Year.
Since Harry started at college, we've known him to be such a friendly, positive student. He's always had a really positive outlook on everything that he takes part in, and he's really well liked by other students in his lessons and in tutor, as well as by the staff that he works with as well. He always does his best in everything that he does. Whatever he's throwing himself into, he always gives it his best. Outside of all the lessons that he's doing, he also gets involved in lots of other activities. So he's thrown himself into college life, and I'm sure I'm going to miss things out here, but he's helped out at open events as a student ambassador. He helps students in his lessons. He's run activities for staff to get involved in as well, and especially in the lockdown period, he really threw himself into the sort of the charity fundraising side of things. So he ran a little challenge in sort of recognition of the Captain Sir Tom Moore appeal. Also, outside of kind of helping out at college, he juggles lots of commitments outside of college. So he is a keen member of Duke of Edinburgh, so he's on to his gold, and he helps volunteer various different activities for the younger students. He also, as most people will know, is a bit of a taekwondo star, and I'm sure you'll hear more from his sports teachers about that. So he does a lot of training and competitions outside of college. And he's also taken part in lots of other activities such as work experience at college as well. I think one of the most impressive things about Harry, though, is his commitment and dedication to help others. So he is very determined in his future career to do something where other people will benefit. So his longer term career aim is to help support the rehabilitation of veterans who have been injured in the war, and this is something that he wants to do later on in life. So we will be very sad to see Harry go. Hopefully he'll be able to come back and get involved in anything that we're doing. I'm sure he will do, but we wish him well and think he's an absolutely fabulous person.
Well done, Harry. Congratulations, well deserved. I'm just going to outline a few reasons why I think it's a really valid and justified award that you've got this year. Student of the Year at New College. Some examples of what you've done from a PE background are you're a talented athlete, so you're part of the TASK scheme, so you're a world champion kickboxer, which is in itself a remarkable achievement. Within A-level PE, you've achieved A or A star in every monthly assessment over the 2-year course. Within sport, you've applied your knowledge and your understanding through coaching and leadership exceptionally, including the Community Sports Leaders Award, where you've been very willing, very charismatic, and had good control of all the groups all the time on a regular basis. In your free time, you've walked around the racecourse with a backpack with 10-kilogram weights just for fun. On open days and parents' evenings, you've been one of the most mature students I think we've ever had as a volunteer, and we're always picking the best ambassadors for the course. So the way that you speak to parents, the way you speak to year 11s, year 10s, remarkable really for someone of your age, so well deserved once again. And then furthermore, with something that teachers fear, so the Ofsted visits or the visits from the exam boards, you were put forward on a student panel, and the feedback from the exam board was remarkable. They were delighted with your contributions and amazed really that you'd not been prepped with the comments that you'd made. Finally, in as far as evidence as what you've done, you've qualified as a lifeguard, so at the leisure centre I know you're already working there part-time, so the Wakefield Council are lucky to have you. And with all those compliments, I just have to finish with just a bit of balance. You need to work on your goal defence, because when we played staff fee students netball, you really let yourself down with your netball skills, so just one little area for improvement. But apart from that, Harry, well done, well deserved, and all the best for the future. Keep in touch.
Once again, a massive congratulations to Harry. We'll be putting your name up on the honours board in the LAC building in the next week or so, and we will be inviting you in to get some socially distanced photographs for the Student of the Year. So well done again, Harry. Fantastic. Next is the Dr. Nath Awards. I'm not going to say too much about this. I'm just going to invite at this point Joe Holden to come in and say a little bit about the awards and who the winners are. Joe?
Thanks, Neil. Afternoon, everybody. So the Dr. Nath Award was created by a gentleman who lived in Pontefract, and he trained as a doctor. He then moved on to the US and furthered his career within medicine. Dr. Nath wanted to be able to give something back to the community that he served, so we created the Dr. Nath Award. This year has been incredibly difficult for all of our students, and we commend the hard work and resilience that each and every one of you has shown. We also have a very small number of students who have not only faced the challenges that COVID has thrown at us, but they've also faced personal challenges. These students have displayed a tremendously positive attitude towards college. They have demonstrated amazing resilience and the courage that they have shown to conquer whatever life throws at them. As a college, we would like to recognise this award with the following 6 students. You will also receive a financial award, and we hope that this money will go on to support you with your next steps. So well done for these 6 people who have overcome 2 amazingly challenging years with COVID, but their own personal challenges as well. So the winners of this award are Catherine Pitchford, Caitlin Harkin, Megan Wyke-Ulliott, Chelsea Paul, Holly Toft and Katie Cherry. Well done to all 6 of you. I will be contacting you personally to call into college to pick up your cheques from me, so expect a phone call next week and be prepared to call into college. Well done, and thank you so much for everything that you have achieved for these 2 years.
Congratulations to those 6 students, well done. Next, it is the student exec. So it's been a very difficult year for everybody, including the student exec and what they wanted to do and what they were really able to do. But we are still very grateful for everything that they did in their year as year 13. So the student exec are the President, Jack Landale, Vice President, Theo Biddle, Secretary, Harris Robinson, Treasurer, Shay House, Events Coordinator Daniel Wilton, Events Officer Brodie Westwood, Charities Coordinator Alana Duncan, Education and Welfare Officer Alex Lowry, Equalities and Diversity Officer Teddy Impelli, Marketing Officer and Social Media Officer Holly Tye, NCSC Officer Ethan Maxfield, and Staff Liaison Officer Alicia Wilkes. Well done to all those as a team and as individuals for what they've done in this year as their student exec certificate. Again, will be on its way to you guys, so thank you and well done. The student exec have actually put together a few slides rather than being able to hear to do a little speech, so I'm just going to run through the student exec slides that they've put together. So that's a picture of them all. The names again of the students who were in the exec and their roles that they carried out during this year. Some of the things that they did, so representing the college at the Remembrance Day Parade, planned fancy dress day for Red Nose Day and raised over £300, helped to welcome in the new Year 12 students on Induction Day, planned and ran the Freshers Week. Again, I know they had a lot of other things that they wanted to do, and hopefully they'll pass on the ideas to the new execs so that the Year 12s and the next year's Year 12s coming in benefit from some of those ideas, so thank you again. So finally from me, I need to pass over to Vic just to say a few words to finish this afternoon. Thank you very much again. It's at this point I'm normally getting a little bit emotional, but I'm not feeling it as much today because you're not in front of me. So especially those that know me, you know, if you send me an email or drop in, I would love to sort of speak to you and sort of say goodbye properly. All right, thank you very much, Vic.
Okay, I won't keep you for long, but I just want to give you my thoughts. So, class of 2021, apologies I've written this down because I knew I wouldn't get it right if I didn't have something to read from. I suppose it was a bit ambitious to hope that we could have had you here in person, but for me there's nothing wrong with being ambitious, and I hope you too will aim for the unlikely, for the seemingly unachievable, and for those small chances in life. Please go for them. You are and always will be an extremely special and memorable cohort for this college. So I'm going to start with the kind of negatives, but we'll turn it around to a positive, of course. You've experienced the full force of the pandemic with us. You've been made to cover your faces, stay in small groups, missed out on many enrichments and sports. You've spent a third of your time with us learning remotely from home or even remotely in college, which is a bit of a strange situation. You're still having to change your plans at the last minute. Today, for example, was only changed this week, so we're having to be really adaptable. You've had very little live music in college, big college productions, concerts, far less sport, fewer college quizzes in the SU. That's something to really sort of mourn the loss of, really. But enough of what you've missed. Let's think about what you've gained and what you'll use as your positive qualities when you're speaking to employers in the future. So, you're no strangers to Teams meetings, are you? That's definitely a skill you've built up. And you've learned to be more resilient and inventive when you have to solve problems. You've had to be on top of your emails. That's a really important life skill these days, and other messages. And you've had to submit your work online regularly and effectively. So that's good. They're all good skills. But some of you have honed some very special skills around writing supremely persuasive emails to me, telling me your thoughts on the situation and some of our decisions. And I welcome that feedback. So continue to have a voice, please. You've been the only year group ever to experience turning up for a day after the Christmas holidays, only to be sent home to learn remotely for the rest of that term, pretty much, the very next day. So you've taken part in some remote activities like choir, dance challenges, some debates have happened, we've managed some political events remotely, and some sporting challenges have now been able to happen in college, but we also had some remote ones from Danny Milnes as well, which you took part in. Some of you have trained in first aid and been trained to be peer mentors despite the COVID restrictions. And also we've got sports leaders despite having COVID as well. So lots has gone on, and there have been lots of smiles behind those masks despite everything you've been facing, and that's lovely. I know it's not been plain sailing for absolutely everybody, but look at what you've achieved. and look at how much you've changed and grown while you've been with us. And eventually, I'm sure Big Fellas will open its doors once more and you will catch up on that lost time. I just wanted to mention a few of the brilliant things that I remember happening during the time that you've been with us. So we've had Pave Kaur, who was commended in a national business student competition. 25 of you trained as peer mentors with Cosmos, and those are Skills for Life. Daisy Young won one of 2 runner-up places for the Keble College essay competition. We had 10 students take part in a psychology mentoring scheme. So you worked with a clinical psychologist and learned about some psychology therapy techniques. We had a couple of achievements in photography. So Natasha Dodson, well done. You were placed in the highly commended category after entering a youth photographer competition for the London Met University. And Phoebe Jones has been approached by a new fashion label and been asked to take some promotional photos for them after they saw some of her work online. So we've got our stars of the future there in the making. And we had a Christmas card competition where students went and took photographs. Reese Little was the winner, so well done Reese, and your photograph has been made into a card for next year's Friends of the College. And a couple of really personal ones for me. A highlight for me was when the public services students did a parade for us on Remembrance Day outside of the main building, and Dan Wilton played us a very moving rendition of The Last Post to accompany that. And a last one, Lexi, your costumes, they will stay in my mind forever. I hope you're watching this. I'm sorry if I've missed anyone's achievements, and congratulations to all of you, including Harry, our well-deserved Student of the Year, all our Dr. Nath winners, and thank you to our student exec. And I want to take this opportunity to actually salute your teachers, progress tutors and study support staff. The job they've done over the past 2 years has mostly been one that they haven't trained for or had any experience of previously, and they've had very little time to adapt to it. Without their willingness to embrace this challenge, your grades would not be possible. And whilst we can't reveal what those grades are, obviously, I can tell you that they're very good overall. They and you have ensured that you are not in a worse position than any other previous cohort of students at this college. Use your qualifications wisely. Spread your wings. Take the message to the corners of the earth that people from Yorkshire are a combination of passionate, funny, articulate, worthy, dedicated, valuable, responsible, talented, ethical, educated, confident, ambitious, reliable, resilient, loyal, and diverse human beings. Be true to yourselves and be kind to each other and our planet. So finally, please do keep in touch when we send you information about the alumni scheme, because we want to hear about where you end up, what you're doing, and how you are. Class of 2021, you are truly unique. Congratulations on graduating from college, and the very best of luck from all of us.
Too many days in the darkness, without a glimpse of the light. Running tired and broken and scared, but I swear I'll never give up the fight. I see you broken and